Please. Right, we're ready to go.
All right. Very good. All right. So again, good day, everyone. We're going to go over a recap of last week's founders meeting, and we're going to go over the new bounty program here shortly. So last week, or I'm sorry, Monday. Monday, we addressed the stuck funds in the system, the stake, the buyback, the funds that are in the exchange, GGR, K-Love, and Farm War, and the conversion from K-Love to Joy G, and the TBC to K-Love to Joy G matches. So I want to be very clear that December 12th, which is in 3 weeks, is the last and final match for the TBC that originated in our previous system. And as I announced on the founders call last week, or earlier this week, we are going to be giving each member who is paid in the month of December, they're going to receive 200 SBC, and they're also going to receive 1,000 SBC for the month of December. And that is every member, including old members, including new members. So that's going to give you a good head start on SBC when we launch the SBC wallet early next year. And hopefully by the end of next year, we'll be using SBC out in the real world. That's a goal that we have. That's something that we're going to work on with the extension and expansion of our community, the reinvigoration of our community. So that's what we're looking forward to. And all of those stuck funds are going to be converted to SBC. There is a blog. I'm not going to go into detail about what those individual values will be, but it's a very fair value. The stake is going to be paid back at the full year rate that you were invested in. The buybacks are going to come back for K-Love to Joy G in the amount of 21.24. The exchange for GGR, K-Love, and Farm War, whatever's stuck in those exchanges, GGR is going to be 1 grain of gold. Farm War is going to be whatever Farm War's value is at the time we do the conversion on the 12th. So if you want the value of Farm War to go up, influence the blockchain by buying Farm War. If you want the value of Joy G to go up, influence the value of Joy G before the 12th of December, because that's when I'm going to take that value. That's when we're gonna lock that in, and that's what the SBC conversion will be. So moving on to the other item of recap, we're going to be renaming the website. It's not going to be Kringle Cash anymore. Starting sometime in December, maybe the first of the year. It's just going to be sbccoins.io. We are the SBC community. We're no longer the Kringle Cash community. So the website is remaining as Kringle Cash right now. But if you go to sbccoins.io, it should redirect to Kringle Cash. You can save that in your browsers for when we finally do get converted over there. Update on the agents. We have approximately 50 of the 250 active agents. Now, there are 600 agents in our system, and those agents aren't active, meaning that their KCBO has expired and their allocated funds are sitting there waiting for them to be able to receive their SBC. So if you have not received SBC yet, there's 2 reasons for that. One, you may not actually have any donations. And 2, your profile doesn't include your wallet address. So we need your wallet address, particularly the wallet address that you donated funds or that you created your Joy G donation to the Kringle Cash website. So when you created the 1.0 Joy G deposit for your agency, that is the wallet address that you need to put into your agent profile. Once we see the agent profiles are updated, all of the SBC that has been allocated to the agents has already been sent out. A point of order regarding the post that I made in the Telegram group where I acknowledged that your SBC values may not be correct and that you were owed more SBC. That turns out to not be the case. There was, I was reminded, sometimes even it slips my mind, but I was reminded that we did actually pay out agents for a few days. One of the reasons why we stopped paying out agents was because the agents' donations were so heavy at the time that our system wasn't able to keep up with sending out $1 Joy G payments. So we started to create it into a pool, and admin at the time said, let's just hang on to these and let's just see where things go. So that's why we ended up kind of pooling the agent funds instead of distributing the agent funds. Well, a lot of those agents have received a significant amount of those donations back in the month of July. So as they were coming in, you were receiving them. So some members who might have $3,000 in agent allocations have already been paid $1,800 of those agent allocations back in the month of July. So if you received a smaller amount of SBFC recently, that is because you've already received some Joy G back in January, or excuse me, July. I got all these dates flying around in my head. Okay, so now that I've gone over the recap, I want to, the last thing is, as far as the agent exchange goes, we still have, like I said, 50 agents that have been validated, and there's still 250 agents that are active that we're still working on. We're working on that as quickly as possible. I understand that everyone wants to get into the exchange and start doing the goodwill. We're just taking our time. It's very important that you understand that we're taking our time to validate the agents to make sure that the funds are going to go to agents that are going to use them for goodwill. We don't want to be allowing ourselves to be scammed. We're not in a rush to distribute the agent funds. We're working on doing it the right way, validating everything that we do going forward, and having accountability and responsibility for the funds that we're receiving. So when that does open, I can't tell you exactly when it's going to open. I would hope it's going to open sometime. Ideally, my goal would be in the month of December, the beginning of December, maybe December 1st. Our agents have completed as much of the work as we can, and we can start opening up that exchange. The exchange will be limited, and the details of that will be posted when we go live. Okay, so that's the recap of Monday's founders meeting, and I'm ready to go into our new bounty program. And I'm going to read, maybe even paraphrase from the blog as we go. So let's see, we've got 130 members so far. That's great. All right, so our new bounty program is going to start on Monday, November 27th. In this program, sponsors are going to receive $10 of the USDT in instant bounty, and $6 of the USDT will go into a shared pool. This pool is going to accumulate funds to be shared amongst qualified members, and throughout the month, it's going to be collected into your KCBO, and then at the 6th of the month to the end of the month, you'll have the opportunity to collect on the funds that were allocated to you during that period of time. To qualify, this is very important, and I'm going to get some feedback, I'm sure. But to qualify for this, you as a sponsor and 2 of your downlines are required to make an 8-grain $32 USDT payment. It must be between December 27th and December 5th by the end of the day, 23:59 GMT. Payments that come in after this time will still make you eligible for the shared bounty program, but it will start accumulating towards January 6th collection day. Now, just to be clear, I understand a lot of our members are taking advantage of the $22 KCBO payment right now. And that is great. You're not going to lose out on the $22 that you've paid in for your KCBO. Every payment, no matter what the value of that payment is, whether it's $22 or whether it's $32, extends your account 30 days. So if you have an expiration date that is into August of next year, for instance, then you still have an expiration date into August of next year. The only thing that you need to do now is make a $32 USDT payment between the payment window that I've given you, November 27th to December 5th, and that will make you eligible for the bounty program. Now, you and two of your downlines need to do that as well. So keep that in mind. They can be new downlines, they could be old downlines. They just need to be your downline. Once you've accomplished that, you want to make sure that you keep your downlines and your account active. So if you have an expiration date that is into August and your downlines have an expiration date that is into August, you'll be able to enjoy being a part of a shared bounty program between now and the time that your account expires. And then you'll have to just pay again once your account gets close to expiration. So we're not asking for you to we're not saying that your $22 USDT payment for your KCBO is going to be worthless. Understand that your account is extended. So you must make for yourself an 8 grain payment between the 27th and December 5th. And by the end of that day, that will qualify you for the period for December's collection on the 6th. Payments that come in after that will qualify you for January. Even if your account is current and you have an expiration date in the future, a KCBO payment of 8 grain is still going to be required of every member who wishes to begin in the new bounty system. Your expiration date will be extended. You will no longer require any further 8 grain payments to participate in the new bounty program until your KCBO is about to expire. Until such time as an 8 grain payment has been made by you and your downlines, your account will not yet earn any of the shared pool. So once you're qualified, you will remain qualified as long as your account stays active and 2 of your downlines stay active as well. And if your KCBO becomes inactive, you will resume your position when you are active again. So keep in mind that you and 2 of your downlines need to qualify in order to remain active in this program. And if you are no longer active or you no longer qualify, you will not lose your position in the spot, but you will lose your funds. So you'll want to stay active. You want to make sure that you don't go inactive, or at least 2 of your downlines don't go inactive as well. And you'll continue to receive the funds that you are being allocated. You're going to stay in the same slot. So the first slots are going to be the coveted slots. So those are the ones that once you get in, the earlier you get in, the better your chances of having, as the pool grows, the rotator grows. So the distance between when you're going to receive another allocation gets longer and longer as the pool grows. So the sooner that you get in, the sooner you'll have the opportunity to take advantage of how the pool is going to work. So, the pool is not for every member. It's only for qualified members. The qualified members go in and fill the slots into the pool. And then once the pool reaches the end, it goes back to the beginning and starts filling back in again. So the sooner you make your 8 grain payment, the sooner you'll be in the pool and on your way to collecting. You must have 2 of your downlines pay the 8 grains payment to begin accumulating towards the pool. All sponsors are still going to receive their $10 instant bounty when any KCBO payment is made. However, the sponsor and 2 of their downlines must be paid between November 27th and December 5th by the end of the day. Those that qualify will be entered into the allocation pool, and payments that come in between the 6th of December and the 5th of January are still going to qualify you for the January collection. So if you don't make a $32 USDT payment by December 6th, then you'll start accumulating in the month of January, or for January's collection on the 6th of January. The pool is going to be between $2 and $1,020 USDT monthly. Depending on the shared pool allocations. Each member will be allocated $2 per slot cycle, a rotator of sorts, and when the slot rolls back to you, your allocation will increase by $2. So this will result in passive income for all members, where they can have the funds to be able to be collected once per month directly into their USDT wallet, where they can do whatever they choose with those funds. Your KCBO must remain active. Your downlines must remain active in order for your slot to receive an allocation. But with a passive income such as this, you should have no issue keeping up with your KCBO. You could even make a $10 agent donation and receive the $15 in SBFC. The slot is yours. It will never be removed or replaced. You can become inactive where you are in the allocation order. As long as your account and your 2 qualified downlines are current, you will stay and receive the shared bounty allocation. While inactive, you will not lose your slot, but you will be skipped for allocation, and any funds that are allocated will be zeroed out. So when you and your downlines or any one of your qualified downlines are expired, your slot and theirs will be suspended until you qualify again. And at that point, you'll start accumulating. While inactive, your funds will be redistributed back to the pool and you can't collect. So it's important to stay active, work with your referrals, and make sure that your referrals know how to participate. And many members say that they don't get anything for their KCBO payment, and that's because their sponsor's job is to show them how to go out and get referrals. And this helps us all. So, one of the things that I think that we're going to definitely be experiencing is a growth in our community and a growth in our legitimate sponsorship out there. So as a sponsor of 2 or more of your downlines, it's your obligation to teach those 2 downlines how to become sponsors themselves and get in on this passive income. So to simplify how much this works, sorry, the next line is the maximum amount of the shared pool allocation that you're going to be able to receive is $1,020, and that depends on the membership growth. So once all the slots are filled out, once the spaces in the rotator are filled out, the maximum that you'll receive is $1,020, and then all of the funds will get allocated out there. You'll be able to collect on that on a monthly basis between the 6th of the month and the end of the month. So we anticipate that each member will want to be encouraged to recruit at least 2 members under them and get in on this opportunity. Sponsors help your downline because it helps us all. So starting the 26th of November through the December 5th, I know that this is a lot of repeat. I wanted to be very clear on the starting dates and make sure that they're drilled into our heads to make sure that we remember these important dates. So starting the 25th or 27th of November through December 5th, each sponsor is going to be required to make a new KCBO payment of 8 grains. We know some are paid with advanced payments, and your account expiration will not be reset. You will not be required to make any additional KCBO payments until your account is close to expiration once you qualify. So the reason for this is because we need to kickstart the program, and we need to kickstart it with a $32 payment. The $22 payment isn't enough. The funds have not been allocated for the $22 to go into the bounty pool. So starting with a $32 payment on the 27th, that is when everything will start accumulating. The next thing that you'll need to do is make sure 2 of your downlines are paid before December 5th at the end of the day. This will qualify you to enter into the bounty pool, and you'll start accumulating $2 every time the program cycles. So each time it comes back to you, you receive $2. The sooner you're in, the sooner you start accumulating. The slots are going to go fast, so make sure you're in as soon as possible. The system will cycle fast at the beginning, so those who get in there the soonest will see allocations quick. But as the slots fill in, the allocations will level out. So as I said, get in there as soon as possible so that you can start getting allocations towards your $1,020 max. Stay current. You and at least 2 of your qualified downlines must remain current in order to receive allocations and be eligible to collect monthly after the 6th of the month. Now, keep in mind that the 2 agents or the 2 sponsors, the 2 referrals that qualified you to be a sponsor to be in the bounty program are the 2 referrals that are required to stay current. Now you can have additional members underneath you. Say, for instance, you have 4 of your downline that make a $32 or an 8 grain payment, any one of those, two of those four are going to qualify you, and any two of those four will keep you qualified. So the more of your qualified agents, or I keep wanting to say agents, I'm sorry, the more of your qualified referrals that you have underneath you that are current, the more likely you are to remain in the program. But just make sure as a sponsor that you're keeping track of your referrals. You should know each and every one of your referrals, and you should keep them in your mind and keep track of them, and make sure you check in on them to see how they're doing as far as qualifying for the bounty program as well. You're never going to lose your spot, but you will lose your allocated funds if your KCBO becomes inactive or you have less than 2 active qualifying downlines. So make sure you count and make sure your referrals stay active. Anytime that you become ineligible, your funds will be zeroed out until you are eligible again, and you will begin your allocation as soon as the program cycles around to you. No exceptions for expired accounts. Unfortunately, pay early and pay at least a few days before your KCBO expires so you do not risk losing your allocation. I have found in support that we have had very, very, very few payment issues. Over the last 3 months, there have been hardly any payment issues. Most members are having no trouble making payments on time. Their hashes are not being stolen. So, waiting until the last minute is up to you. But if you wait to the last minute and you do have a payment issue for some reason or another, that is not going to be something that we're going to be able to do anything about. Once the system removes the allocations from you, it can't be fixed. So make sure that you pay early. There's no reason why you can't be ready to go. At the end of the month, if you start putting your expiration date into your mind to be the 1st through the 5th of the month, then you'll be in that payment window and you'll be able to collect on funds the very next day on the 6th of the month for the shared bounty pool. So just keep that in mind. We'll make sure that we're keeping track of when your account is going to expire and making sure you get in there so that you don't expire. Next, you've got to collect the funds by the end of the month. So on the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, whatever the last day of the month is, if you haven't collected your funds by that day, they're going to get zeroed out. So make sure that you are active with your KCBO. You should be logging in to check the blog every day anyway. So make sure that you check on your allocations and make sure that you collect on them. Keep in mind that after the 6th, they will not continue to accumulate until you've collected. And once you've collected, then you'll see the allocation for the next month. So the program itself that is still going to be collecting and allocating funds to you if you have not collected your previous month's funds, but you're not going to see them until you collect on them. So as soon as you log in, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to collect right on the 6th of the month. Just log in on the 6th, collect your funds, and then you'll start seeing your new allocations. Lastly, the pool starts building its funds on the first run from November 27th to the 5th. But the following month's January's allocation will be from the 6th of December through January 5th. So we know that the first run between now and the collection day of the 6th of December, it's not a lot of time. It's about a week. So it's 8 days. So in those 8 days, maybe 9 days, the funds are going to start building up for those who are participating, those who are getting their slots. And so the first allocation for December 6th might be a little on the small side, but you can bet that come January 5th and the collection day of the 6th in January, it's going to be an amazing month where you're going to see hopefully a max of 1,020 USDT. The last thing for this program, an admin note, there's 3 phases for this to roll out. Keep in mind that we're still struggling for keeping things up and running, and the month of November didn't go exactly as planned because the month of October didn't go as planned as well. But we're working on getting our development team getting the system built out. Phase one is the bounty allocation system that's going to be deployed on the 27th, and that will start collecting the funds. We have 8 days before we will have the funds collection button available, where you'll see the funds that are available, and then you'll be able to collect on them. And then the last phase that will happen after the 6th of December is you're going to start seeing the reporting and allocation views. So you'll start to see on the month of December, you receive this allocation. In the month of January, you have this allocation. You'll be able to visit that page daily and see those allocations go up. And then once you get to the date of the 6th of each month, you'll be able to collect. So I expect that by the end of December, the system will be fully fleshed out, where you're going to be able to see the donations that are coming for the not donations, the allocations that are coming for your month of January. So with that, I've stumbled over my words and I've twist-tied a little bit, but I hope that the program is clear. As I said, I've gone through and I've repeated myself several times just to get the dates and the functionality laid out there. So we can go ahead and move into the Q&A. I would hope that nobody has any immediate questions regarding this program. If this is your first time hearing about it, I really think that you need to read the blog and kind of think about it, digest it. But I am interested in hearing any feedback that we might have or any questions regarding anything else. Unless you want to go ahead and move on to your training first, and then probably be best, let's do the training first so that we can get that recorded, and then we'll go to the Q&A right after that.
Okay, well, the call is still being recorded now. I can see the light flashing. We'll get right into that. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen.
I see it.
You see it. Awesome. All right, everyone. Please take down some notes as I go through this. We felt that this was a very important feature because, you know, sometimes I hear stories of people where, and the admin had mentioned about it, you know, someone stealing your hash number or robbing you of your digital wallets after you have built your inventory of coins into it. We got to be very sensitive and mindful of what we're doing and keeping an eye on everything that we're doing so we can keep all of our personal accounts secure. So I'm going to go over something that's very important so that you don't allow any perpetrators or offenders who's trying to infect your accounts to have access. It's very important that you follow these instructions. Now, if you're already doing something like this, great, kudos to you. Just continue in what you're doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the importance and why you should build a strong password. Get away from anything relating to your name or your physical address or the name of your business. You want to do a scrambled password. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about, as the topic says, managing and creating a strong password. So let's move on to the next slide. I want you to write this website down. It's called security.org, security.org. Use the Brave search engine or New Incognito or Chrome. Designate Chrome at a last resort because Google is not becoming all that secure, people. And I know a lot of you starting to realize that. But I'm going to go to the site right now, so bear with me because there's something on this site I want to show you. So here's the security.org. You're going to scroll all the way down towards the bottom section. This talks about different securities for the internet, but you want to go down to the bottom and you're going to press this button right here, password strength checker, password strength checker. Okay, I'm going to click that. It's going to come to this page here. Now, in this section, you can practice in building a strong password. Now, you do not want to type anything in this white box that you make a decision that you're going to use as your password, because this website collects all that information. You just want to use this as an example. So I'm going to type a few password clauses in here, and I want you to pay attention to the background. as I type in the words, the background is going to change color. That signifies that the password is becoming stronger, and it's going to show you exactly how long it's going to take for a hacker to break the code and get into your password. So let's think of something unique. All right, we're going to go with T, capital T. Now, I just put in T. That means it'll take 600 uh, picoseconds. Matter of fact, immediately. So I put THE and then capital N, capital E, capital W, the new program, exclamation point, exclamation point. Look at that. When you sit and you notice the background now, the new program, exclamation point, exclamation point. It will take 29 million years for them to break the code. Now I'm going to make it stronger. I'm going to put // 7 trillion years for them to try to break the code. Now I'm not going to use this as a password. I just want to show you. So you want to practice this. I'm going to do another one. Okay, now let's do one with my name, lowercase, Carl. I'm going to do it with a K instead. CARL. Okay, and Carl program. It'll take 5 years. Now a // It'll take 900 million years for them to break the code. Isn't that something? All right, so practice this. Remember, do not use type anything in this box that you intend to use. You want to use this only merely as a practice. But as it shows down, there's a section down here. Okay, I don't see it now, but actually it would show how long it would take for them to break the code. You want to use strong, you want to use symbols, lots of symbols, mixture of numbers and words, upper and lower case. Now, this is my personal opinion. I do not ever want to use where the system will save your password. Don't do that. Okay. People do that, I think, of laziness because they don't want to remember it or they don't write it down. Don't do that. Don't allow any of these systems in your digital wallets to save your password to log in. You're going to save it personally. And I'm going to show you a device that we use. Let's go back to the screen. A device that we use in order to keep everything secure that you have created. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Now it's going to show the video of this. Now, here's something that we use. This is really neat. This is a password book. It's called Clever Fox Password Book. You can get it on Amazon. And I'm going to show this 2-minute video of, I think it's a 3-4 minute video that shows you exactly what's in it. You have a physical book. A hacker cannot hack what you're writing in your own book. All right? They can't take it. That's why I don't want you to save your password on any, on any computers you have or any cell phones. You're going to put it in a book. So turn your speakers up and listen to this presentation.
Yeah, I think the sound is a little too quiet.
Oh, you can't hear it, right? There we
No, I
go.
can't hear it.
Sorry about that. Okay, let me start. I keep forgetting to do that. Let me start this over again. Here we go. It's only 2 minutes long.
the Clever Fox password book right here. I'm pretty excited to start to use this. I know a lot of people, they keep a lot of different passwords. So I got this in the blue colorway. It does come in a bunch of different colors. You can see it's kind of like this like leather material, which was really nice. So mine's in royal blue, and it does come in a few different sizes, and this was the smallest size that I got, which is 4 inches by 5.5. So on the inside, we do have, a place to hold a pen, and then we do have that. But then on the inside, it is actually, we have tabs here with all of the letters here for all your different websites. And then we have website username, password, or the hint, because sometimes you don't want to just like straight up write your password. You could just write a hint here, and then we have notes. For instance, like let's say you use like a two-factor authentication, like you have to have a text message, or you use one of those authenticator apps that gives you a code. Just kind of let reminder, hey, you use the authenticator app or that on this. And that's basically what this whole book is. I don't know about you guys. You might be like, oh, I'll never fill up that whole book. You know how many passwords or how many different websites I have? And just good password management is to use a different password for each website. So that's just something to note. They do kind of tell you like how to make a good password as well. And then on the back here, we do have like a little pocket and a bookmark ribbon, and then a pen holder. So I'm excited to use this. I'm probably going to gift this to my mom actually, but this is just something to look into. All of these websites are getting hacked now, so it's definitely a good idea to have different passwords. And then even like password managers apparently are getting hacked now too, or if you're using like the inbuilt into your browser, which is not necessarily a good idea, but that's up to you. But this is definitely something to check out. Clever Fox password book.
All right. So when he said password manager, programs, those are those apps that you download that save your passwords. I wouldn't recommend you use those. Okay. Those can even be hacked. Use this Clever Fox password book instead. So again, I mentioned you can purchase it on Amazon. I have an Amazon Prime account, but I don't think you need to have a Prime account in order to order it. It's not necessary. Prime just primarily means you can get your product or services a lot faster, and sometimes you get discounts too. All right, so you go to Amazon.com, and oops, let me go back. Go to Amazon, and I'm going to show you exactly what the product looks like. I think I saved it. Here we go. So here's Amazon. So here's the password book. Now, here's one that come in two sizes. Here's one I have. I have this color here where you can see my hand moving around to the top left corner. And it's $14.99. It used to be $13.99. So it went up $1, but people hold it, hold it. What's this Friday? It's Black Friday, right? So this coming Friday, guess what the price drops down to? Look at that. Keep going. There you go. It drops down half price. Okay, half the price. Look at this one. This is one here, $6.99, from $14.99 to $6.99. That's the Black Friday deal. So if you do it on Friday, you get 50% off on Black Friday. What a slamming deal. So get the book, put your username, password, your security phrases, ID number, anything else, hint, in this book, put it in a secure place, lock it up, don't give it to anyone, and you will have solved your problems. I misplaced my password. I'm Carl Dasher. Thank you for your time. Back to you, admin. Any words before we go to the Q&A?
That's a great great way to go about it. I actually have I don't know if you remember back in your school days, the composition books.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
used to
I
use
got a
that.
mini one.
Yes, I used to use that, but I like the Clever Fox because it has the alphabetical labels to the right, so I don't have to keep flipping through my composition book like, man, what page did I put that username password on? That's the only difference.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great thing there. So thank you for that. I guess we'll go on and go to the Q&A.
Okay. All right, everyone, the rules again and the instructions for the Q&A. Please keep your questions in regards to anything about the SBC community. If any admin did say, hopefully you won't ask any questions on what he covered because he would prefer you to go to the back office and read the blog. But something specific that was not discussed, please keep your questions to a minimum because we only have about 10 minutes remaining before the call is over. We may be able to go a little bit over. So first person I'm going to unmute is Gina. Gina, go ahead and unmute yourself and state your question, please.
Actually, we can have Mbe stop the recording as well.
Okay, Mbe, yeah, go ahead, Mbe.